Hello and welcome to class. In our last lesson, we'll talk about electricity and the impact. But in today's lesson, we shall be looking at a different topic, the one that has to do with what? We human being, okay? And it's blood and the human body. Have you ever wondered what is really inside your blood? Today, we are going to be knowing that, okay? We know that the human body contains different systems, okay? And they all work together, okay, to make the body function properly. Now, the smallest living unit you can find in a human body is what we call the cell. Yes, the human body consists of cells. Cell is a simple unit of life, or we say cell is a structural unit of what? Life. It is these cells that come together to form tissue, okay? And then when we have many tissue coming together, it forms organ. And when many organs are coming together, it form system, or what we call what? Organ system. An example of cells in our body is what we call the blood cells. We're going to be looking closely on what? The blood cells today. Now, you know that blood is a fluid that carries what? Nutrient to different parts of your body. Is it not? Yes. The human blood contains about 90% water and also contains plasma, okay? And adults have 5 liters of blood. Is it not? Yes. Blood is carried to different parts of the body by the pumping action of the heart. Okay? So the heart is a major organ for circulation or transport of blood to different parts of your what? Body. Okay? Your brain also need oxygenated blood. Okay? We have discovered that when oxygenated blood is not carried to your brain within 5 to 10 minutes, the person might likely die or experience a serious brain damage. Right? The human blood is divided into 3 types of blood cells. We have the red blood cell known as the erythrocyte, white blood cell known as the leukocyte, or blood platelet known as what? Thrombocyte. Okay? The red blood cell helps to carry oxygen to different parts of the body and carry carbon dioxide out of the body to the lungs. There's a red protein known as what? Hemoglobin. This is the main pigment that does this function. Now, a lack of red blood cell leads to anemia. Okay? When you don't have too much red blood cell, it causes what? Anemia. That is when you say somebody is what? A sickle cell anemia, or what you call sickler. And having too much of it is polycythemia. Can you see that? Yes. Your white blood cell, on the other hand, helps to fight against what? Sickness and what? Diseases. Is it not? Yes. When you have less white blood cell, you will be prone to leukemia, and the sickness is called leukopenia. Okay? And having too much of it is what you call leukocytosis. All right? So take note that your white blood cell fight against what? Diseases. Is it not? What about your blood platelet? Your blood platelet is an irregularly shaped, clean cell fragment. Okay? Okay? It has an average of 5 to 9 days. What it normally do is that it helps to protect your body from excessive bleeding whenever you injure. That is, it helps to clot your blood system. Not having enough blood platelets will lead to excessive bleeding. That is, your wound will not be able to cover easily. And having too much of it will lead to what we call thrombosis, a situation whereby your vein or your blood flow might be covered and it might lead to what? Stroke. Okay? Yes, blood have many functions in our bodies. You know, these are some of the functions that the blood perform. Okay? It includes supply of oxygen, supply of nutrients, removal of waste. It can also be carried to our brain, which I explained earlier. It stops bleeding. It also helps to carry information to different parts of the body and also regulate our body temperature. Do you see it now? Blood helps us to feel warm and feel cold at times. Do you get it now? Yes, we call it homeostasis. See, homeostasis when your body is able to regulate its temperature. All right, let's look at blood group. Every human being was initially divided into 3 blood groups, A, B, and O, by Karl Landsteiner in the year 1900, okay? But this blood group was not complete. It was later, further divided by Jansky into 4 major blood groups. They are A, B, and then O. Okay? Now, this AB, and O are further divided into 8 blood groups because of what we call resource factor. Say resource factor. Resource factor is a protein molecule that is either present or absent in your blood. Present in some person's blood and it is absent in other people's blood. Okay? If it is present in your blood, it means you are positive. If it's not present in your blood, it means you are negative. Okay? So what it means is that if I'm O positive, it means I have the resource factor. If I'm O negative, it means I don't have the resource factor. Do you understand now? Yes. And this is the blood transfusion table. It shows how blood can be transferred from one person to what? Another. We call it blood transfusion. Say blood transfusion. Yes. If you look at my table properly, you discover that AB plus can receive blood from every other type of blood group. Is it not? Yes. But AB minus can only receive from O minus, B minus, A minus, and AB minus. You see it now? In other words, if you're having a negative blood group, you can only receive from a negative blood group. Can you see A plus? A plus can receive from O minus, O plus, A minus, and A plus. You know, but look at A minus now. A minus can only receive from O minus and what? A minus. You see it now, minus, minus. Look at B plus. B plus can receive from O minus, O plus, B minus, and B plus. You see it now, but look at B minus. B minus can only receive from O minus and what? B minus. Then O plus can only receive from O minus and O plus. Why? O minus can only receive blood from O minus. If you check now, O minus can give to everybody, but it can only receive from what? O minus. O plus can give to all the plus, but it can receive from only O plus and O minus. Why is blood group important? Blood group is important so that you do not transfer or transfuse the wrong blood to a patient. If you do that, the patient will die. Do you understand? Yes. I want you to watch this video and learn more about what? Blood group and resource
classified
factor.
Into 8 types, namely A positive, A negative, B positive, B negative, AB positive, AB negative, O positive, and O negative. This classification is based on the presence, absence, or combination of specific antigens in our red blood cells. If we have A antigen, then our blood type is A. If we have a B antigen, then our blood type is B. If we have both antigens, then our blood type is AB. And lastly, if we neither have A nor B, then our blood type is O. The positive and negative factor is determined by the RhD antigen. If we have RhD antigen, then we are Rh positive. Otherwise, we are Rh negative. But what is the use of these blood types? Our immune system produces antibodies against the antigens we don't have. So, during transfusion, if wrong blood is injected, our antibodies will recognize the unknown antigen as an invader and start attacking it. This can cause transfused blood to clot, which can be potentially fatal. What is blood pressure?
It's a form of acupressure.
Now, in order to deliver oxygen and nutrients to each and every cell of our body, our heart pushes blood through tubes called blood vessels. As the blood moves, it exerts force on the vessel's walls. The measurement of this force of blood on the walls is called blood pressure. The ideal blood pressure reading is about 120 over 80 millimeters of mercury or slightly below it. But why does the reading have 2 numbers? It is because our heart is constantly contracting and relaxing. During a phase called systole, our heart contracts to push the blood through arteries, thus increasing the pressure. So, the bigger number indicates the systolic blood pressure, whereas during diastole, our heart relaxes, decreasing the pressure. So, the smaller number indicates the diastolic blood pressure.
Blood rain! Relax! Blood rain has red-colored water droplets. There are various reasons behind this. Around Sahara Desert, brownish dust and sand carried by storms mixed with water droplets and clouds, giving rain its brownish red color. In Kerala, red spores of algae called Trentifolia annulata got carried by wind and mixed with water droplets, causing blood rain. While in Zamora, Hematococcus pluvialis algae got caught in rain clouds, got stressed, and produced a red pigment called astaxanthin, causing blood rain.
Why is blood red in color?
Because every day it bathes using red paint.
No. Our blood mainly consists of a liquid called plasma, red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. However, the color of our blood is basically because of red blood cells. Each of the red blood cells contains hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is an iron-rich protein. When hemoglobin binds with oxygen, the interaction between them gives our blood its red color. Moreover, like human beings, not all animals have red-colored blood. This is because the blood of some animals, such as octopuses, spiders, etc., has hemocyanin instead of hemoglobin. Hemocyanin is a copper-containing protein. When hemocyanin binds with oxygen, their interaction gives the blood a blue color. The blood of some lizards has biliverdin instead of hemoglobin, which give their blood a green color.
Welcome back on that interesting class. I believe with this you now know what the human body contains, the type of blood, what blood group is, and what resource factor is. It's not the end of our lesson. Stay safe. I'll see you soon.